Temperatures out the door on this Friday morning are overall sitting into the lower to middle to upper 70s. We got a few lower 70s northwest Arkansas. Meanwhile, here in the River Valley, we're looking at middle to upper 70s area wide. We got a few showers to be tracking. We had a couple in far eastern Carroll County. There's actually more activity off toward north of Missouri, where there's a little bit of upper level energy kind of swinging through. Also, that looks to be the case here across central and north central Oklahoma. So all this little upper level energy is going to have to swing its way eastward, and we're going to be talking about opportunities for seeing a few of those isolated to very widely scattered showers. So as we get towards, say, midday, those shower chances are going to start to increase at least a little bit. And I don't expect anything widespread necessarily. Some folks just don't see anything later today, but we're going to be tracking some of those isolated to very widely scattered showers, especially as we get towards those PM hours. And that continues to be the case there through early Friday evening, as we're going to be dodging a few of those raindrops out there, potentially on your evening drive home from work, or maybe if you plan on doing anything outside later this evening. And then that activity starts to kind of wind down through the overnight hours as the clouds start to thin out a little bit. But speaking of the clouds, they keep our temperatures largely in check from warming up substantially. In fact, we'll call it middle to upper 80s in northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, probably upper 80s to lower 90s. There's that rain chance the upper left hand of your corner. A few showers that we're going to have to watch through those afternoon PM hours. Maybe you plan on going to the Altus Grape Fest, though. That's going to be happening later this evening. Those temperatures are going to be probably into the upper 80s, especially as we get closer to dinner time. We'll watch for a couple isolated showers, and then heading into Saturday, it starts to get pretty hot and humid with those highs going to be into those upper 90s. In fact, this is what we're going to be forecasting, is that increase in humidity. You don't really feel it out there this morning, but watch these dark greens. That's that muggy tropical air mass. It really starts to increase as we get towards, say, Friday afternoon, 4 p.m., and that's going to be with us heading into Saturday. So it's definitely going to feel more humid later this afternoon, but also for the weekend forecast as well. If you look at the heat index values, well, this is what we're going to be seeing here, especially on Saturday, Sunday. In the River Valley, we're going to be feeling like 110 to 112 over the next couple of days. That's the feels like temperature. Northwest Arkansas just over the 105 mark. So we'll probably have extreme heat warnings, heat advisories back into effect once again through the weekend, probably early next week. Our temperatures start to rise a little bit. Meanwhile, the humidity comes down, where it's going to be offset though. So our heat index values are going to be relatively similar the next several days. In terms of the actual air temperature this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, northwest Arkansas, middle to upper 90s, with Sunday being the hottest day with those upper 90s forecasted. The River Valley looks like we break the century mark. Potentially Saturday will be close, and then on Sunday there, those heat index values that we just talked about really going to be toasty there. So make sure we're going to be staying hydrated out there. Make sure we're not overheating, as the heat's going to be no joke as we work our way into this weekend, but also next week. So here's a 7-day forecast. Just a slight 10% chance on Saturday. I think most of us end up remaining dry. That's a similar story for Sunday. A mostly dry weekend on tap. Temperatures start to climb just ever so slightly Monday, Tuesday. We're up to potentially the 100-degree mark there on Tuesday. And then as we work our way into the middle to end parts of next week, potentially temperatures come down just a smidge. The River Valley, we're looking at a very hot weekend, and that continues through the first half of next week. Those high temperatures are going to be near 102, 103. The heat index we talked about near 110, and then potentially maybe some small rain chances get introduced to the forecast by about 5 to 7 days from now.